Good morning and welcome to My Life is episode. My Life is Mikeyo, episode 10.5, The Clutch. Good morning to you all out there in YouTube land, not YouTube, Facebook. Wow, what is wrong with me? I don't know where I am or can speak words good. So how's everybody doing this morning? It's been a good couple days. Yeah, it has been. I like how the weather is getting a little bit nicer out there. I can wear shorts, which is kind of nice. I wish I could wear shorts at work. That'd be pretty awesome. That sort of thing. Oh man, I'm sorry. I just got the yawns all of a sudden. So, what are we going to talk about today? Well, got a couple things. I guess I'll cover just a little bit from the end of the last episode main, in which I realized I didn't put a link above me, so you have to go to My Life is Mikeyo video folder or album. Check out the video if you haven't already seen it on my page. I started reading comics, or at least I read one comic yesterday. Charlie, who I work with at Checkmate yesterday, was like one of my first customers, first people to walk in the door right at 1. And he had a pile of comic books that he wanted to give me because I told him about a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, that I wanted to get into comics, and he gave me a bunch of suggestions. Good morning, Scott. How are you doing this morning? So he recommended Despicable Deadpool, X-Men Red, I think it's called. And there's some sort of vampire one as well. So he wanted to give me some series of comics that have either have a long following and stuff that's just started, so I can have that sense of, what's it like to wait for a next issue type thing. So he gave me a big pile of them. wasn't ready, yeah, and or wasn't prepared for him just to give me comic books. He told me, I could have them, and I'm like, okay. So I read one yesterday, and I'll tell you what, it was pretty cool. I think it was X-Men Red. I think it was definitely interesting. Interesting issue. I think they only got like 3 issues in or something, 3 or 4 issues. Or no, I'm sorry, 13 issues in, or something like that. And I really enjoyed it. And the reason why I wanted to get into comics was because I want to be able to write them. And at one point, I'm gonna try to see if I can find some comic graphic novel like the actual scripts for them, and like how they, what their format is, because like I went to school for film and stuff like that, so I know like how that all structure goes. But it's like, how do they draw the scene? I mean, not physically draw, but how the writer draw the scene descriptively to the point where the reader can then interpret that. That's kind of like my thing, because I guess in a way, as a filmmaker, you're taking that and hoping that the observer, sees what the person wrote. But it's just, for some reason, like in still pictures, it's sort of like that too. I think it would be relatively easy. At least, like, the first part was like maybe 2-3 pages, or maybe like 2 or 3 pages for in filmmaking what would be about maybe 2 minutes, maybe not even that. Not even 2 minutes. Maybe like 20 seconds, 30 seconds of dialogue. So it's kind of interesting in how you can write little but get a lot accomplished. It's weird how that works. So I'm kind of curious to find some of these comic scripts and see how do they write it. They say on page, "Thank you, dishwasher. Good morning to you too." Oh, you having a rough morning? You're having a good morning. Well, that's good. You have yourself a good day. That's our guest host, dishwasher. Yeah, so it'd be pretty interesting, and unfortunately, I left it in my car. I did read one issue cover to cover in my car, And yeah, Scott, you bring up a good point. Yeah, comic books are basically storyboarding in cinema, and that's one thing. That was another thing that I was relatively good at. In we had to do storyboarding. However, I couldn't draw, so everything that I filmed that needed a storyboard to it was the Adventures of Stick Figure Man. It was just like Stick Figure Man with sword, Stick Figure Man with gun. Stick figure man going this way, stick figure man going that way. And so and that's where hopefully I got maybe possibly a couple of resources. But I've written, well, I didn't write it, but I had at least the four main stories to what's to a series that I created, or at least thought of, back in like the early 2000s. And it's called The Adventures of Mullet Man, Defender of the Trailer Park. It was really, I have his backstory, I have his nemesis, I have his different abilities that happen when certain things happen or whatever. So I'm going to hopefully use this experience reading, getting into comics, learning about how they write them so the illustrators can illustrate, and kind of go on from there. And so I'm pretty excited for that. Probably won't get into that too much. Let's see here, what else. Work's been going pretty good. It's been kind of not very busy. It's kind of concerning though, because I mean I know that I haven't worked the full years. It's staple, so I'm not quite sure. It's like peaks and peaks and flows and whatnot. And so I think we might be heading into the slow time before back to school begins. But man, it's noticeably not as busy, and we haven't sold a computer in a couple weeks. Yeah, it's a little bit rough when we don't do that. But I am going to be putting in some vacation time soon. And Mimi and I, we unfortunately weren't able to do anything like spectacular for our anniversary back in April because of work and personal schedules and whatnot. But I picked like the first or second week of June, the 7th through the 10th, and head up to old Frankenmuth like we did last year, which we had a lot of fun. But that weekend, the 7th through the 10th, they're having a Bavarian festival with like food and music and beer and stuff, and it just sounds like a great old time. And also that weekend too, they in the evenings they have like live bands and whatnot because it's Friday night fun, which apparently starts at the end of May. So if we have a really really good time this year, we're going to end up we'll probably end up doing the same thing in years to come, because not that we didn't have fun previous year, there really wasn't anything like beyond the norm scheduled for the town that weekend, but we did have fun. We make our own fun. That's the beauty of our relationship. So I'm taking a full week off, full 7, because I deserve it. I worked a lot. I think I've only taken one day. I took one day off, but that was mainly because Mimi had been sick for a while. This was months ago, like at the beginning of the year, because she was sick for a while, and I just wanted to like catch up on some housework and stuff. So I took a planned sick day. So looking forward to that. And then also in that week too, it's my niece's Mia's birthday as well. So that should be fun too. And who knows, I might convince him to do a Facebook Live with me. Good old Uncle Mike. What else? I think I got one more thing to, maybe I won't push it. Maybe I'll save the next topic for tomorrow's thing. I think that's kind of all about I got. Checkmate was pretty smooth yesterday. Got a lot more inventoried. Kira wasn't doing so good this morning. She had a kind of a rough day, but I always try to look at the bright side of, or try to get her to look at the bright side of things, and maybe what she thought was a bad day, maybe not necessarily was. Maybe it was just a busy day. Like, I'm not sure if you heard that in the first video. It's like, sounds like you had a busy morning. Because none of it sound bad. It just all sound like the day-to-day stuff. Putting deodorant on, brushing hair, putting your clothes on, stuff like that. The stomach aches, that's different. But if that was the only thing we had to deal with, then, you know, we're doing okay. I'm trying to think. I think that's kind of about it for this week. Or for not this week, for today. Bread making is going well. Me and wheat flour don't like each other. Yeah, I'm talking to you, wheat flour. I've had a couple attempts at making wheat bread, but it just does not want to hold form for some reason. But I think I finally perfected the white bread, and it turned out so good I couldn't help myself. I made it late last night, and I was just like, all right, this is gonna be for my morning. Or I couldn't. I just cut the top off of that. I'm just, oh, so good, so good. So, all right. Well, that's it for today. I know I already said that once before, but remember always to keep dreaming, always keep thinking, and always keep doing. Because the moment that you stop doing those, it's when life slows down, and you don't want that to happen because life gets boring. So you always got to have some sort of plan and something to aspire for, or inspire others to do. And I hope everyone has a great day, and I'll see y'all soon. Oh, dishwasher says goodbye too. What's that? Dishwasher says have a good morning. And a great rest. What was all that? Oh, that's inappropriate. Have a good one.